snow. Don't let the crazy South Dakota weather
It's
get the best of your roof.
Pierre
One
Governor
call to
Baseball
us is all
on
you'll need.
today's KCCR.
996-8648.
Pierre Governor
And that's
Baseball is brought to you by
996-8648.
B&B Equipment, the Association of South Dakota Weed and Pest, and Fisher Rounds and Associates.
There's a fly ball out to left field. Going back on it deep is Rue. He's going to turn and watch it sail over for a home run. And Andy Gordon, his first home run of the season, first home run of his career.
And by Sioux Nation, Black Hills Federal Credit Union, Overhead Door Company, Service Master, and All Around Graphics.
The 2-1 pitch. Stout out towards right field. Did he get enough of it? Is it going to go? And walk off. Grand slam for Garrett Stout.
Your Governor Baseball is also brought to you by Nystrom Electric, Wagner Auto, Agtegra, AirTech, Pierre Sports Center, Comtech, and Rising Hope Counseling.
3-2 pitch. There's a line drive. Iverson going over for it. Dives, makes the catch. Iverson saves at least 2 runs. And we remain scoreless through 3.5.
And by Avera, Dakota Sprinkler, Birding Electric, Kathy Sunshine Properties, Gales Gas, First Dakota National Bank, and Lamb Motor.
We'll take off for a second. Dean out towards right field. That one is going to get out for Bennett Dean. 5 runs driven in.
Your Governor Baseball is also brought to you by Oahe Federal Credit Union, Olson Plumbing, Todd's Electric, Kruger Contracting, Midwest Cooperative, Gateway Ford, Lincoln, and Toyota, and Shane's Pharmacy. And now let's go to the booth for the call of today's game with KCCR Sports Director John Winkler.
And from Hyde Stadium, we welcome you for a home game, second home games of the season for the Pierre Governors as they take on the Rapid City Central Cobblers for the second time this year. And after scoring 44 runs in the first time these two teams met, the Govs will be looking for the same type of performance here this evening against this Rapid City Central Cobbler team. John Winkler here on this Wednesday evening as we welcome you into the press box here at Hyde Stadium. And we welcome you those on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Hope we can get this all the way through and feeling good. But we will bring you some Pierre Governor baseball here this evening as the wind sits a little chilly. Winds are blowing, looks like it's blowing from left to right now. It's been kind of swirling around and felt it coming in the press box as well as maybe looking to go outside, blowing out towards the outfield as well. So we'll keep an eye on that. We'll talk about the starting pitchers coming up here in just a little bit. We'll talk the lineups as well. But first, we'll take our first break of the pregame show. Back in 3 minutes, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates, at your service, at your side, with offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers a full range of in-home support services to our area. For more information about home care services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home care services, 224-2273.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre knows what that sound is. It's baseball season. They also know that means it's grilling season. Sioux Nation has the Green Mountain Grill choices that you need for those hot dogs and burgers for tailgating. And let's be honest, you know there will be a steak in there too. Visit Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre and see their selection of grills. While you're there, also pick up some seasonings for your grilling needs. Visit Sioux Nation at 504 Deadwood Street, Fort Pierre.
As we welcome you back here at Heinz Stadium, as we are getting set for first pitch between the Pierre Governors and the Rapid City Central Cobblers. The starting lineups, first we'll talk about the pitchers. The starting pitchers for both these teams. Caden Jones of Rapid City Central, he will get the nod to start here in game number one. Jones has thrown 23 innings, the most for the Rapid City Cobblers, or second most for the Rapid City Cobblers. He is at 2-5 with a, he has blown one save in the 9 games that he has pitched in. He started 5, and he's thrown in 9 games, 46 hits, 58 runs, but only 28 of those 58 runs that he has given up has been earned. 27 strikeouts, 16 walks. He's hit 8 guys, an ERA of 8.552 and a whip of 2.696. So this guy doesn't walk a whole lot of guys, and I believe we saw him back in the beginning of the season. But the defense doesn't help him out a lot. 30 unearned runs. He's given up more unearned runs than he has given up earned runs so far this season. So the Govs just going to put the ball in play. I mean, it's pretty simple to see the formula that you just put the ball in play and things will go well for you against this Rapid City Central team. For the Pierre Governors, Jake Mayer, he is on the mound. He has thrown an inning and a third so far. This will be his third appearance, second start, as he is looking to reduce that ERA. Last time he was out was a rough outing for him, was unable to get anybody out, so that kind of it escalates the ERA a little bit more than what it really is here. If he has a good 4 or 5 inning outing, all of a sudden that ERA is just going to plummet all the way down to what is a good looking ERA. His WHIP is 6.750. He's given up those 6 runs. That's all of them earned on 3 hits. He has walked 6, 1 strikeout so far. So he's going to be looking to kind of to limit those walks, and we'll probably see a lot of guys pitch. I wouldn't expect for Jake Mayer to throw a whole lot here in this game, just because of the fact that you got games on Saturday and Sunday, and you want everybody to be ready for Saturday and Sunday. You don't want everybody to you don't want to roll out there and not have enough arms. Obviously, Governors have plenty of enough arms to get all the way through with having 2 guys throw complete games. But it would be nice to have everybody ready to go on Friday and Saturday, or Saturday and Sunday for those matchups. So we'll see how long these Pierre Governor pitchers go in this ball game today, and because again, with so many other pitchers to go through, you have them throw 30, 40 pitches each and be ready to roll for Saturday and Sunday. We step aside. We'll come back with more of the pregame show. We will come back in 3 minutes. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up, all online. New or used, shop for it all online, anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
This is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscaped backyard. You know, I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com.
ATVs provide wonderful outdoor recreation, but they can also rapidly spread noxious weeds. An ATV can pick up noxious weeds in one area and spread them to the next area in which it is used. When you finish your ride, make sure your ATV is free of weeds and weed seeds. Cleaning your machine is important in stopping the spread of noxious weeds like leafy spurge. To find out how you can help prevent the spread of noxious weeds, call the South Dakota Department of Agriculture or your local county weed and pest supervisor.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Service Master of Pierre. It's no secret we clean carpets professionally, but not many people know we clean furniture, kitchens, bathrooms, walls, floors, and windows. We also do fire and water restoration, plus construction cleanups. There's nothing we can't clean. Give Service Master a call at 224-9919. Service Master. The clean you expect, the service you deserve. Service Master, 224-9919.
As we welcome you back here to Heights Stadium, getting set for Game 1 of this doubleheader between Pierre and Rapid City Central. First, we go to the starting lineups for Rapid City Central. Aiden Mason will lead things off, playing center field. Kyle Schluter, the left fielder, batting second. Keaton Jones, the pitcher, batting third. Riley Palmer will bat in the cleanup spot, playing shortstop. Trey Houlihan, the first baseman, batting fifth. It will be Brody Matthews, the third baseman, batting sixth. Brecken O'Brien, the catcher, batting seventh. Batting eighth will be Wesley Gillespie, playing second base, and the DH will be Carter Utek, batting ninth for Rapid City Central. For the Pierre Governors, actually, we will step aside for 2 minutes, come back with first pitch, and tell you the Pierre Governor starting lineup as well. Back in 2 minutes, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your health care is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner. They'll answer your questions, and they'll even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy is the pharmacy you know and trust. That number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Comtech in Pierre invites you to come out and check out their expansive showroom. It's filled with everything you need to thrive in today's technology-dependent world and a knowledgeable staff to guide you through. Comtech has TVs, computers, personal electronics to commercial electronics, anything to fit your technology needs. The experienced professionals at Comtech can guide you through any questions you may have. Whether you struggle with technology or live for it, Comtech can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Comtech will even install and service what they sell, so you don't have to worry once you get your products home. Comtech, located at 1601 North Lowell Avenue behind Walmart. Check them out online at comtechplus.com.
South Dakota didn't always have a capital, or even a permanent settlement for that matter. There wasn't always a river city on the Missouri River. And before First Dakota filed the first charter in 1872, there wasn't always a bank in South Dakota. Every timeless institution, tradition, and thriving business was started somewhere by someone who had a dream and the passion to make it happen first. What will be your South Dakota first? Visit firstdakota.com/first. Member FDIC.
Do you need the Pierre Governor apparel for the big game? Or how about Stanley County apparel or Post-State apparel? All-around graphics in Pierre is your place to go. Not only can you get your apparel, but they also do screen printing, jerseys, awards, and trophies. And did you know they can print and customize your signs? All Around Graphics can do it all. Located at 819 North Euclid Avenue or call 224-4677. All Around Graphics in Pierre, your one-stop shop. As we welcome you back here, getting set for first pitch, the Pierre Governors taking on the Rapid City Central Cobblers. John Winkler joining me for the first couple innings will be Coach Nathan Nas, but first we go through the starting lineup. So it will be Lincoln Keenol's the shortstop. Leading off, it will be McGuire Rasky batting second, playing center field. Andy Gore, the third baseman, batting third. Bennett Dean will be the first baseman in the cleanup spot. Gary Nedved, the DH, batting fifth. Elliot Life will bat sixth and play left field. Digan Huska, the catcher, batting seventh. Jaden Wiebe batting eighth and playing second base. And Brecken Kruger will be out in right field batting ninth. Jake Mayer is on the mound for the Pierre Governors. As we will go through the starting lineups once again for Rapid City Central here in just a little bit. But Coach, first it's good to have you on the air with me for a little bit.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It's a little different than just doing the in-between game interviews in the summer.
Yeah, because now I'm going to need some out analysis as we go through the first couple innings, right?
I'll do my best. I'll do my best.
You weren't really expecting this either. You just kind of sat down next to me, but you've done such a good job of doing games with or doing interviews with me. As I'll let you answer the question here before we get things rolling. We'll go through Rapid City Central's starting lineup. Aiden Mason will be the center fielder, leading things off. Kyle Schluter, the left fielder, batting second. Caden Jones will bat third and pitch. Riley Palmer is the shortstop, batting fourth. Trey Houlihan's the first baseman, batting fifth. Brody Matthews, the third baseman, batting sixth. Brecken O'Brien, the catcher, batting sixth. Wesley Gillespie batting eighth. Playing second base. And DH Carter Utek will bat ninth. The man not in the order, Jacob Mellum, the right fielder for Rapid City Central. A lot of long sleeves will be worn tonight. Temperature, it's not too bad. We've seen a lot worse in the last couple weeks. Game time temperature right around 53 degrees here at Hyde Stadium as we are set for baseball this Wednesday evening. Welcome those in watching on YouTube at KCCR Sports. Again, have Coach Nathan Nas here with me as Jake Mayer will step to the mound. And we are set for baseball. Here is the first pitch. And it's fouled out of play. It's already 0-1. Here to the leadoff man, Aiden Mason, the center fielder here for Rapid City Central. These two teams, again, met back the third and fourth games of the season for the Pierre Governors, which they scored 44 runs in those two games. As the great thing for you, Coach Nas, is that you're seeing this team play, and this is almost the exact same team that you'll see in the summer. These guys hang around and they play high school baseball, then they go play Legion baseball as it counts 2-1.
Yeah, it's really nice, especially from that Legion ball standpoint, that these guys are getting games in now. I know places like Post 22, they just started their season. 320, I know they're doing practices and stuff. I'm not sure when they start playing, but it's different, a different feel for the kids being in practice all the time versus getting some games in now, and that's big when it comes to summer ball.
Lincoln Keenol's will make the ground ball out, 6-3 put out to lead off the game, and here comes Kyle Schluter, the left fielder, and a left-hander to lead things off. Now right-handed hitting Kyle Schluter, the left fielder, stepping to the plate. A guy that, has been on the Legion team for last several years, Jake Mayer. He fires the first pitch high for ball one. It's interesting because last year you usually get these guys, like you said, in game shape. They've been playing they've been playing for a couple months of actual games. But because there was no season last year, you guys got them, and yeah, they could have been throwing, they could have been hitting a little bit, but nothing real structured like there is for practice. So it's a little bit different for you guys getting these players than what you had before. There's a 2-0 pitch. Is a ground ball back up the middle, snapped by Jake Mayer as he jumps in the air to make the play. And the throw to first is in time, and there's now two ground ball outs.
Yeah, that was a nice play there by Jake to see fielding the position, coming down the mound, making the pitch, delivering, but getting himself ready to go right away.
So talk about how different that was. I mean, probably wasn't difficult, but how different that was getting these guys when they hadn't played 20 to 30 games.
Yeah, it was drastically different. My first summer here, I showed up the day I got to town, moved to town the day before the first game. And then last year getting into it, the guys were just ready to go. We started the season running some 3-hour plus practices. And usually you get a bunch of high schoolers practicing for 3 hours. There's a lot of complaining. But those guys, they were so ready to go last year after missing out on so many other things that they were chomping at the bit and ready to go.
1-1 pitch is popped foul and out of play. Laying just below the press box. Actually popped back up, hit the window. Not anywhere close to me, though. Of course not. It's a never-ending saga of me not getting a foul ball up here. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Jake Mayer get a 1-2-3 inning to lead off the game against Rapid City Central. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. After half inning, no score. Pierre Governor's coming to the plate. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Agtegra in Highmore. We pride ourselves on providing our customers with reliable markets, superior services, and quality products. From corn and soybeans to spring and winter wheat, you can trust Agtegra in Highmore with all your grain handling needs. It's all about helping you achieve the best harvest possible. Call Agtegra of Highmore today at 605-846-1379. That's 605-846-1379.
Are you building a new home or remodeling the old? Adding a fireplace can make a house a home. Olson Plumbing in Pierre carries a full line of Heat-A-Later fireplaces. Whether your taste is traditional or contemporary, Olson Plumbing has a great selection of Heat-A-Later fireplaces that will fit any style. Whether you're building new or updating, call Olson Plumbing. Heat-A-Later Fireplaces, the first name in fireplaces. Olson Plumbing in Pierre is your source for the industry's largest selection of indoor-outdoor fireplaces, either gas or wood, and outdoor fire pits. Stop by their showroom at 2803 East Wells or give them a call, 224-6436.
As we welcome you back, bottom of the first here at Heinz Stadium. Governors taking on Rapid City Central. The lineup for the Pierre Governors. Lincoln Keenel is leading things off, playing shortstop. McGuire Rasky, the center fielder, batting second. Andy Gordon will bat third, playing third base. Bennett Dean is the cleanup man at first. Gary Nedved, the DH, batting fifth. Elliott Life, the left fielder, batting sixth. Deegan Huska, the catcher, batting seventh. Jaden Wiebe, the second baseman, batting eighth. And Brecken Kruger, the right fielder, batting ninth here for the Governors. Again, John Winkler joining me for a couple innings. We'll see how long before I kick you off. Now, Nathan Nazzo is joining us here. We'll probably talk with Coach White at some point as well and try and get him, probably a weekend, but get him down here and talk as well during the game. But again, you guys enjoy this a little bit. You know, the high school baseball coaches in the summertime will come and watch the Legion team play. You guys get a chance now to watch the high school team play, and it probably is a little different feeling too, because even up here, you probably want to say something because you've coached these guys and you're watching them play baseball, but you got to sit back and relax and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's a nice change of pace. It's go in the summer, and and then we get to the games and it's a lot of thinking, a lot of process, and deciding what we want to do with things. And now it's just sit back and enjoy and watch the kids play.
Lincoln Keenels will lead things off. He had a great weekend against both Rapid City schools. Back to open up the year as he takes strike one. He had 5 triples, like 11 extra base hits or something like the 9 extra base hits in the first weekend, as he'll shoot that one out towards right field. Going back is the right fielder Jacob Mellum. It gets over his head and is down in extra bases to open up the bottom of the first. Keenels will round second. He'll head to third, and the leadoff man is standing on third base for the Pierre Governors in business. So now I'll ask you, Coach Naz, is that a triple or is that an error?
I don't know if the glove got on it. I tend to be a little generous with it. I'd give him the triple. I tend to be a little more generous.
Now if that happened with the on the other side, if Pierre did that,
then it's an error.
It's definitely an error.
It's an error.
So it depends on who's up to the plate. Here's McGuire Rasky that will be batting with a runner on third. He'll shoot that one out towards center field. Coming in is Mason. He'll dive, can't make the catch. But Keenels will score on the RBI single. That one I don't need any help with. That's an RBI single for McGuire Raskin. The Governors are 2 batters in and have a 1-0 lead.
Yeah, these guys are jumping on fastballs. Lincoln doing a good job of taking it the other way, and taking it the other way with some power. McGuire seeing an early fastball and putting it on a rope out in the center field as well.
As, again, McGuire Rasky with an RBI single gives the Governors a 1-0 lead. You mentioned Lincoln Keenels. His first chance to play high school baseball was last summer. He didn't get the high school season to kind of get into it, and was pretty much the everyday third baseman as McGuire Rasky will take second on the first pitch that was outside with no throw. He'll stand up at second base. So it was a learning curve for him. It was a struggle hitting wise for him, but the glove was good, the arm was good for him on the mound, and now you're kind of seeing what a full summer can do for the confidence going into this season with how well he's hitting.
Yeah, it was kind of trial by fire for him last year. We expected big things out of him, and we knew eventually we were going to get those big things, and threw him out at third base, which was a new position for him. And then, just being in the lineup against the quality pitching, especially early on that we saw last year, it was definitely a learning curve. But by the end of the season, you would have no idea that this kid just got done with his freshman year of high school.
Count is 3-0 to Andy Gordon. Gordon coming in with team lead in RBIs. He's got 14. The next one is Rasky with 13, so he has tied now Andy Gordon, but he can easily reclaim that with a base hit, but it is a 3-0 count to Andy Gordon. Pickoff attempt, and back at second is Rasky.
Yeah, it'll be good to see what McGuire can do this spring. Last year he had the elbow issue and took him out of most of the summer, but so far things have been going pretty well for him.
3-0 swinging for Andy Gordon, pops up into shallow left center field, and the ball gets down, and Rasky could not advance to third. He was standing on the bag thinking it might have been caught. As Andy Gordon is on, I give you another chance to score that one.
Yeah, I don't know that one. I don't know. I'd probably be pretty generous with that one again. That the wind's definitely carrying the ball more than what the Rapid City Central fielders are prepared for right now.
And I will say that too. I would agree with that because that one looked like that the shortstop Palmer was underneath and the wind kind of took it away from him at the very end. So now here's Bennett Dean as stepping off is Jones. First and second, nobody out here in the bottom of the first inning. 1-0 lead already here for the Pierre Governors. First pitch to Dean. That one will bounce in. A good block by the catcher in O'Brien. And it's 1-0. Bennett Dean, another guy that I don't want to say surprised you guys with his arm because I think it was always there, but he really took a huge grab on being a pitcher for you guys last year. And especially early on when he came in for McGuire after he got hurt, and from that moment on, he was a quality pitcher all year long for you guys.
Yeah, when he came in and threw extremely well game in and game out. Just there's at times I think he got himself a little bit rattled, and then it'd take him a few pitches, and he'd find that confidence again, and he just came down the mound, executed well, and didn't really blow the ball by anyone. But by the end of the year, that velo was getting up there pretty well, and yeah, we're expecting him to be one of our top guys again this summer.
Here's the 2-1 pitch to Bennett Dean. That one's on the outside edge. It's now 2-2 to the number 4 hitter, Bennett Dean. First three guys all reach base. 1-0 lead here for the Pierre Governors in the bottom of the first inning. John Winkler joining me is Nathan Nas, assistant coach for Post-8 baseball. Here's the 2-2 pitch from Jones to Dean. Misses low, and the count is now full. On deck will be Gary Nedved. After that, Elliot Life, Deegan Huska, Jade Wiebe, and Brecken Kruger. With the defensive positioning here for the Central Cobblers in just a minute. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Jones to Dean. Pops it up, foul territory on the left side, stays in play. The third baseman comes over, can't make the catch. And it will remain at 3-2 as Matthews came flying in but just couldn't quite grab it. So Dean's got extra life here with the full count. Hey, you guys, the season starts. If the Governors would go to the state Final Four state championship, which would be May 29th on that Saturday, I believe May 29th. You have Sunday, May 30th, Monday, May 31st, and then the first Legion game June 1st.
June 1st, then we're off the 2nd, then we play the 3rd, then we play like the 6th and the 7th. So yeah, we're hitting the ground running. Thankfully, we're hitting the ground running at home.
That is true, as Dean will swing and miss and strike out. There's a first out here in the bottom of the first inning. That'll bring up Gary Nedved. You're exactly, and that's the crazy thing too, is if the Governors stay in the top 4 and host the region round, and if they go to the state semifinal and state championship, they go to Sioux Falls. But that'll be the only time that Pure Baseball will be on the road for an entire month, and they'll play like 30 games, which would be just incredible. It would be, I'm all for it. I'm absolutely all for it. But
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's going to be this Heights team's going to get a lot of work from the middle of May or from now until the middle of June.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of looking at the field conditions, seeing what kind of stuff White and I are going to have to work on there at the beginning of the year.
Well, the good thing is, as the runners both take off, the pitch is outside, no throw, and both guys are standing up at second and third base.
Gordon stayed at first. He did not go.
He did not take off. So
Coach Campbell's talking to him like he either missed something or something's going on now.
And the first baseman not holding on Gordon over at first base so he can get a little bit of extra lead. Wouldn't be surprised if he takes off here on the 1-1 pitch. And Gordon does take off. Pitch is right down the middle for strike two, and the throw goes back to the pitcher, Jones. So it's now a 1-2 count, and it is now first and second here for the number 5 hitter, Gary Nedved. The good thing for you is that every doubleheader, you come up here and talk to me as the pitch gets in the dirt, comes back towards the mound, and Rasky will get back to the bag, and the count's now 2-2. So you're smart when it comes to it. You take the you take the nice comfy chair, sit down, and have a 15-minute conversation with me, talk about even on and off the air, and then by the time that's done, field work's already done.
Yeah, Coach White, 2 years ago, at the end of the season, he put me on getting to write the lineup card duties, and so then that part of my duties are delivering them. So I got to deliver the lineup card up here, and
that's true.
If I'm in the air conditioning while people are doing the field work, just purely coincidental.
It's all coincidental. That's right. Count is full at 3-2 to Gary Nedved. Here is the 3-2 pitch. Runners at first and second, upstairs for ball 4, and the bases are now loaded with one down here in the bottom of the first inning for Elliott Life. Elliott Life hit the ball well last weekend, threw the ball really well in that second game of that doubleheader on Saturday against O'Gorman. And again, another guy that you like to see throw really well because he gave up 1 run on 3 hits in that 4th inning. And then after that, he threw the next 4 innings, allowed 1 base runner the rest of the way, and picked up the win for the Govs and kept O'Gorman at 10 runs. The Govs ended up winning 11-10 in the 8th inning. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Elliott Life. Right down the middle, it's 1-1.
Yeah, as much as you don't want to have that bad inning, it's almost, from my standpoint, you got to see it's going to happen. They're high school kids. It's going to happen. But just to see how they respond to it, the way they battle back is always big.
Ground ball to the second baseman. Fielded a good job there by Nedved to avoid the second baseman. Didn't make contact with him. Was able to get to second base, so it's an RBI ground out for Life. And it's now second and third with 2 away. And the Governors lead 2-0.
Coach White, if he was here, he'd be loving this situational hitting we got going on. We got guys taking the ball up the middle, guys going the other way with it, bases loaded, Life keeping it on the ground to the right side to push a run home.
First pitch to Deegan Huska is taken for strike 1. Huska, the catcher for the Pierre Governors, has been catching the majority of the games. Andy Gordon's caught a few others, but for post-state, as we've got Nathan Nas in the booth with us, as that one's a hard ground ball to shortstop, backhanded. The throw to first is not going to be in time. It was dropped by Palmer at first, and he couldn't recover to get Huska at first base, so another run scores, and it's first and third after the air charge to the shortstop, and that will allow Jaden Wiebe now to come to the plate. But to go back to that point, Cade Hinkle, he's going to be a super senior that's going to come back and I'm not going to say shore up the behind the plate because Huska's been playing really well for the Pierre Governors, but that every time you get a super senior back, it's very nice to have a super senior.
Yeah, it is. We'll have him back behind the plate. Jack Van Camp, going to super senior, come back, and sounds like he wants to get some innings in on the mound. It's always good to see those guys come back, and just from a leadership standpoint, those guys have some experience. You have other guys like McGuire and Bennett and Andy and Booth and guys like that have that Legion experience. But the more we can bring back, the better. And we'll be doing some stuff where Hinkle healthy, he'll probably be our everyday guy back there behind the plate. But Deegan, bring him to practices because Hinkle defensively is a phenomenal catcher. So just so Deegan can sit and work with Hinkle and pick up some things will be big for him because he's only a sophomore too.
As the 0-1 pitch is upstairs to Jaden Wiebe, as taking second base was Cade Kaiser, who's running for Deegan Huska. But that's the biggest loss from what last year was for the Pierre Governor High School baseball team, was having Deegan and Cade Hinkle, as Weeby will shoot that one foul down the third base line. It's now 1-2. But having those two guys be on the same team and be able to because high school baseball is such a quick game, and you got guys with track and everything else, so you have to have a big roster. But that was the biggest loss, I think, for the Pierre Governors in terms of, obviously, I think they could have contended for a state championship. But one of those things that kind of would help out Huska even more is having would have had that season with Hinkle behind the plate and kind of learned from him a little bit.
Yeah, and I think Hinkle and Huska are both wrestlers, and they've known each other for quite a while, and being in the wrestling room together. And yeah, Hinkle really does a great job of taking on that mentorship role, bringing the younger guys along, and I don't know when they'll be done with their season. They have some postseason stuff coming up over there in Minnesota, so it'll be good for Deegan once Hinkle's back here, just to learn, even if it's just sitting and watching the way he does things.
A 2-out walk to Jaden Wiebe. The bases are now loaded for Brecken Kruger, the number 9 hitter in the order. Number 9 hitter to come to the plate here for the Governors in the first inning. They lead 3-0. Their first 3 guys reached base, and Keenels, Rasky, and Gordon, they all came around to score. And a productive out from Elliott Life, got an RBI ground out. But there's 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. Caden Jones trying to find a way to get out of this first inning. Brecken Kruger steps in, the right fielder. Here's the first pitch to Kruger. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-1. Kruger comes in batting .400 so far on the year. So looking for that extra base hit. He's got 1 RBI. He's got plenty of RBIs sitting on the base right now. The 0-1 pitch. That one will bounce, and we'll get to the backstop. Run will come in to score, as it's now a 4-0 lead. Nedved will score as second and third here for the Governors. And the count is 2-0 to Brecken Kruger. Obviously, there's not a whole lot of situational hitting here. Just put the ball in the outfield somewhere, and you're going to drive in 2 runs.
Absolutely, yeah. Put it in play, make them make a play.
The 2-0 pitch comes inside. It's now 3-0. And now, all right, Coach, do you give him the green light, or do you say let's take a pitch and potentially get back to Keenels?
We're taking the pitch here, and
it's 2-1. Excuse me. So it's not a 3-0 count. That was now over, and it's now 2-2 here to Kruger. Forgot that he swung and missed in the first pitch. So that kind of took it away. Yeah, he still took the 2-1 pitch, but here's the now 2-2 to Kruger. Swing and a miss, and Kruger goes down on strikes, and that will end the inning. Here in the bottom of the first, all 9 guys come to the plate. 3 runs in the inning on 3 hits, 1 error, and 2 men left on base. After a full inning, Governors, they lead it over Rapid City Central 3-0. Back in a minute. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
LT.com.
As we welcome you back here to Hyatt Stadium, top of the second, 4, 5, and 6. Riley Palmer, Trey Houlihan, and Brody Matthews. He might reach his base. It'll go to Brecken O'Brien as the first pitch is taken for strike one to Riley Palmer. John Wickler joining me, Nathan Nas of the Post-State baseball team. That one is out towards left field. That one's going to get over the head of the left fielder, Elliott Life, and it will take a one hop off the bottom of the wall. Lead off extra base hits for Riley Palmer. And Rapid City Central gets their first base runner, and they are in a good spot here, opening up the top of the second inning.
Yeah, that was a well-hit ball. I don't know if Elliott didn't think it was going to carry as far as it did, but he took off a few steps, or if his read steps were a little slow, but yeah, that was a well-hit ball.
So now here is Trey Houlihan, the first baseman, as the first pitch to him comes in. He'll swing and miss at that one. But, if Jake Mayer, and I'm sure he got the talk from the coach as well, this is a team where you just throw strikes. Let them hit the ball. Don't give them any extra walks, any extra outs. But you just got to go throw strikes, let the defense take care of it for you, as that one will get away from Huska. The throw to third will be a low one, a tag from Gordon. That was a swipe tag from Gordon that nearly got the runner at third base, but it will be now a 1-1 count and a runner in third with nobody away here in the top of the second.
Yeah, and that's one thing, we've been fortunate enough in the summer to have Peyton Zabel as our pitching coach the last few years, and that's one thing he told guys, don't get cute. Find what's working, stick with it, and go after guys.
The 1-1 pitch is a swing and a miss. Is now 1-2. Wait, where do you think he's going to end up here this summer?
I don't know. We'll take him in Colorado. The Rockies need some help. If he could end up there, it'd be a win-win. Being a Rockies fan.
1-2 pitch, a check swing. He did not hold up, but did a Houlihan and a strikeout and a tag applied by Huska. And there's a big first out for Jake Mayer, as that will bring up Brecken O'Brien.
Yeah, I've been following their games. He's been throwing well. Peyton being Peyton, he's always going to find things to analyze that he needs to be doing better. But so far this year, this spring, this into the summer, he's been having some success down there for Iowa Western.
First pitch is a strike to Brody Matthews, the third baseman. Yeah, we could talk about the big trade that Colorado had over this winter, if you want to. The 0-1 pitch is missed low, and it's now 1-1.
Arenado, some would argue he's a pretty good baseball player, and hopefully whoever they brought in, because I had never heard of the guys, hopefully they pan out. Fingers crossed, but in the past, it seems like it hasn't worked out in our favor.
As the count is now 1-2 here to Matthews. I can't, I don't want to say too much, but I will say that as that one is right down the middle, taken for strike three, and that's the third strikeout now here for Jake Mayer, and there's two away to bring it up Brecken O'Brien. He looks pretty good in Cardinal Red. He looks really good in Cardinal Red.
It's like a Matt Holliday feel all over again.
Well, he
has a good career for the Rockies, goes back to St. Louis, and
at least he was at Oakland first.
Yes.
And then he went to St. Louis. So it's a little bit better, but
Arenado didn't go to the Diamondbacks, he didn't go to the Padres, he didn't go to the Dodgers or the Giants, so I'm not too upset at the end of the day.
That one's
if it would have been one of those guys, I would have issues.
The count is 1-1 here to Brecken O'Brien, the catcher. I would agree with you. I would have issues too, especially if he went to the Dodgers. 1-1 pitch is outside. It's now 2-1. That would have been the worst of it all. Well, there's only one other team, and that would probably be the Cubs. If he went to the Cubs, I would have been really mad too. But here's a 2-1 pitch from Mayer to O'Brien. Popped up, foul, and that one's going to land just in the seats. That was on line, but didn't have the distance to get back here. Count's now 2-2.
Eventually you'll get one. Like last year, was it the window just over in the other room that got shattered?
Yeah, that's right. The window got shattered. I had one that's hit the little awning that doesn't really protect the rain.
Nice
that
pitch.
One is freezing O'Brien, and that's taken for strike three, and that will retire the side. Mayer strikes out all three hitters. He gave up one hit in the inning, and he left that runner at third base. 3-0 Governor lead after an inning and a half. Back in a minute. You listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Overhead Door Company of Pierre is a locally owned business specializing in the sale, service, and installation of residential and commercial garage doors. They provide quality, dependable products with constant service and the peace of mind you need. Overhead Door is one of the most recognized and most respected brand in the garage door industry. For installation and repairs, call Overhead Door Company today at 224-6200. That's 224-6200.
Wondering what to do with the pitted and rutted drive? B&B Equipment will get you covered. Wanting to put something down the ground? B&B Equipment will put a hole in your project. Need to even up that property? B&B Equipment can fill that need. B&B Equipment can deliver all your gravel and material needs. B&B Equipment is here for all your excavation needs. Contact B&B Equipment, 224-6727. A contractor here for you. That's B&B Equipment, 224-6727. As we welcome you back here at the bottom of the second inning. Governors lead 4-0 over the Rapid City Central Cobblers. John Wickler, and joining me is Coach Nathan Nas of the Post-State baseball team, Pierre Governor football team, track team, probably other coaches that I can throw out there too. That you used to coach basketball. You've coached it all.
Yeah, just football, track, and baseball in the summer now.
Oh, okay.
You know, Mosier got me talking into doing some officiating the basketball games in the winter. And, you know, with that being my off season, that's about as much as I want to do.
That sounds good. We also want to extend greetings from Greg Dean. He's on assignment tonight. He'll be joining us again here at some point before the end of the regular season and also through the state playoffs and into the summer of post-state baseball. Lincoln Keno's will lead things off. McGuire, Rasky, and Andy Gordon, 1, 2, and 3 in the order. All 9 guys came to the plate in the first inning and allowed 4 runs to score in that first. These top 3 guys all reached base with a triple and 2 singles, and they all 3 came around to score. First pitch from Jones to Lincoln Keno's. That one is over for strike 1. Here to open up the bottom of the second. Governor team at 12-4. They moved back up to the 4th place spot after the split last night. I believe between it was Brookings and Harrisburg, or Brookings and Lincoln, that split, as it's now 0-2.
Yeah, if we can go into that regional game or that playoff game being a top 4 seed, this place will get full as it always does for big games. And you know, Pierre's a tough team to beat when they play at Hyde.
The third baseman Matthews make the catch just inside the fair line down the third baseline. And leadoff man is retired to open up the bottom of the second to bring up McGuire Rasky. It was a lot of fun because you had all of COVID and everything that was still going on, but the amount of fans that were here for the home opener on that Sunday for Post-State was incredible, and I think is a mixture of Post-State does and Pierre baseball. Everybody for Pierre travels so well; they love Pierre sports no matter what it is. But everybody just wanted to do something. Everybody wanted to watch a game again. And
yeah,
they were into it. I mean,
people wanted live sports and just that sense of normalcy, or as normal as things could feel. And yeah, there was never a night where it wasn't pretty full here.
A swing and a miss by Rasky, and it's now 2-1. You know, I think right now the reason why we're not seeing as many fans as we possibly could is just because it's a little bit cooler.
It's a little chilly out there with the breeze.
Yeah. You get to those 80-degree nights, 70-degree nights, and it's a little bit easier to talk everybody else to find their way to the ballpark. The count's now 2-2. Maybe it wouldn't be because of me. I was going to say something about the video. The video does look really nice, and it is working today compared to what it was 2 Fridays ago, as Rasky will take strike 3 on the outside edge and is now 2 down here in the bottom of the second to bring up Andy Gordon. As long as we can keep this video up and rolling and everything sounds pretty good, we'll be good. But, yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. It's definitely nice for nights like tonight when it's a little chillier if you don't want to come to the park to be able to have this.
As Gordon will shoot that into center field, right, though, to the center fielder, and Mason will make the catch. A 1-2-3 inning for Jones in the bottom of the second. We head to the top of the third. It's a 4-0 lead for the Pierre Governors. Back in a minute, you're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
In Innovation. It's right here. Avera St. Mary's Hospital keeps care local for you and your family, offering comprehensive care that has earned 4 out of 5 stars by the Centers for Medicare and Medicaid Services in hospital performance and safety. Avera St. Mary's world-class care is further supported by advanced technology, 2-way video e-consults, 3D mammography, and a state-of-the-art birthing center, so you and your family don't have to go anywhere else, because innovation lives right here in Pierre. Learn more at avera.org/news.
Your home and business are important to you, and you need quality furnace and air conditioning products and service. With a combined 50-plus years of experience, AirTech Heating and Cooling provides you with just that service. Call 945-0160 for sales, service, and installation of furnaces, air conditioning, and heat pumps. AirTech Heating and Cooling features the American Standard products. Sales, installation, and service. You want the best, and that's what you'll find at AirTech Heating and Cooling in Pierre.
As we head to the top of the third inning, it is a 4-0 lead for the Pierre Governors over Rapid City Central. It is 8-9-1 here for the Cobblers. Wesley Gillespie, Carter Utech, and Aiden Mason will lead things off as we are in the top of the third inning. John Winkler joining me is Coach Nathan Nas of Post State Baseball. Coach, I got to let you go here pretty soon.
I'll get through the inning. I probably got to bring my mic down here. I'll go through this inning, then I got to go get some work done for school tomorrow.
You gotta make sure you gotta cook. Gotta go home and make some dinner.
Yeah, cook some dinner and then sit down and do some paperwork.
Well, don't worry. Whenever you leave, you go to KCCR Sports on YouTube and you keep watching this game.
I'll have it pulled up. I'll even be listening to it.
Absolutely. That's the best thing is you leave here and you're still going to be at the ballpark. And it's basically like sitting next to me anyway because I'll be calling the rest of the game.
Exactly, and I live like 4.5, 5 blocks from here, so if I leave in between innings, I might not miss a pitch.
See, even better. As, again, Wesley Gillespie, Carter Utech, and Aiden Mason to lead things off here at the top of the third. Governors, 4 runs on 3 hits so far in the ball game. 1 error has been charged to Rapid City Central. So here the first pitch from Gillespie, or from Mayer to Gillespie, is missed low for ball 1. We had a lot of great baseball players last summer that have graduated. There's still a lot of great baseball players that are here in the spring. But there are still some guys that, Brandon Valley, their summer team is going to be a lot different than what their spring team is. They're bringing a lot of guys back for super seniors.
Yeah, they had a lot of young seniors last year that'll be back for them. And post-22, it's looking like they're going to have a few guys back. That went off to college. So those two will definitely be they're the top dogs usually year in and year out, and it's looking like it'll be that way again. And we'll have the guys that can compete with them.
And Jake Mayer will get a strikeout of Wesley Gillespie. The pitch was in the dirt, swung and missed at it. The throw to first is in time, and leadoff man is retired here to open up the top of the third inning. And that's fun. It's a lot of fun because I think this Governor team that will turn into the Post-8 team with a couple extra guys coming back. It's just going to be a lot of fun to go compete against those guys because Pierre can do it. Especially the pitching that we have this spring and into the summer is going to be huge.
Yeah, we might not have any guys depending on they might step up but we won't have the Gray Zables and the Garrett Stouts that are up on the mound just bringing the heat for 6 innings. But we got guys that can throw hard, guys that are going to get us innings, and we got a lot more depth this year on the mound than I think we have in the past. Just with the young guys from last year aren't young guys anymore; they've matured some, and so we'll be deep. And with the new Sweet 16 style postseason, that really sets you up well.
And speaking of guys that are throwing well, Jake Mayers just struck out his 5th guy in a row. He's 6th strikeout in the game. He's retired the last 5 guys in a row by the strikeout, 2 looking, 3 swinging, and it's 2 away here in the top of the third inning. You gotta like what you're seeing out of this Jake Mayer pitcher right now.
Absolutely, he had some back issues last year, so he missed part of the summer. Came back later in the summer and was able to do some things for us, and it's really good seeing him up here early kind of late in the spring season, but still early compared to summer baseball, really throwing well.
Here's the 0-2 pitch to the leadoff hitter, Aiden Mason, and that one misses just low, and it's now 1-2. He threw that curveball over for a strike at that swing and miss. He's looked good with all of his pitches so far. All speed pitches, fastballs all look good here for Jake Mayer as the 1-2 pitch comes in. Curveball just missing the outside edge, and it's now 2-2.
About half the guys in the field thought that was number 3 right there.
You would have rung him up.
I don't know. It's hard. Mr. Clark behind the plate. We tell the guys in the summer that he probably has the most consistent zone we see all summer. So you know what he's going to call a strike, what he's not going to call a strike, and live with it and move on.
3-2 pitch. That one's fouled away, and we'll do it again at 3-2. And that's what you love. You love, and I would say there's a lot of South Dakota umpires that are really good umpires, really consistent. Maybe there's the one strike zone, maybe a little bit different in game 2 with the different umpire, but it's still going to be consistent as there's a ground ball. The shortstop, Keenels, he'll field, and the throw to first is in time. And Mason has ground out to Keenels in both of his at-bats. Another 1-2-3 inning for Jake Mayer, his second of the game in 3 innings. 4-0 lead for the Pierre Governors after 2.5. Back in a minute. Listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Most of us already know that Gales Gas of Pierre is the place to call for propane. They offer an automatic fill plan so you never have to worry about running out of propane. They accept debit and credit payments or a budget payment plan to spread out the cost throughout the year so you never have surprises when you get your bill. For delivery, convenience, and great customer service, call Gales Gas at 224-5518. That's Gales Gas at 224-5518.
No one likes to have electrical problems, but when they happen, call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. With over 28 years of experience, Todd's Electric can handle any type of electrical problem, whether it's residential, commercial, or agricultural. Their knowledgeable staff knows and understands the importance of your home, business, or ag facility and are prepared to help. Call Todd's Electric at 223-2518. That's 223-2518. Todd's Electric, serving the Pierre and Fort Pierre areas. The line to power.
Bottom of the third inning, as the Governors have a 4-0 lead, though, over the Rapid City Central Cobblers. As it's going to be 4, 5, and 6. Bennett Dean, Gary Nedved, Elliott Life be the first 3 hitters, 4, 5, and 6 here for Pierre. As Caden Jones got that 1-2-3 inning in the second, and he's going to try and settle into this game. But that's been the struggle for Rapid City Central this year, is getting a guy to step or to get in the flow of the game, but just too many errors from Rapid City Central. It's not allowed those pitchers to really get into a big flow. There's a ground ball, the first pitch. That's fielded by the first baseman, Houlihan. He'll step on the bag for at first, and it's 1 pitch and 1 out to open up the bottom of the third inning. 5 straight retired now for Jones.
Yeah, Bennett will be disappointed by that. He's walking off shaking his head, but in the summer we talk to the guys all, we don't look a lot into batting average. We track quality at bats. And that's a hard hit ball. First baseman made a play on it, and we'd give him a quality at bat for it.
And that's that is something different. Well, I shouldn't say it's different, but something unique and something you don't hear about very often is you look at quality at bats more than you look at the batting average, which again says a lot too. When you hit a hard hit ball and you get quality at bat, your quality at bat average could be about 600, but you're hitting about 200 because you just hit hard hit balls at everybody. As the 0-1 pitch is fouled away by Gary Nedved, it's now 0-2.
Yeah, and that'll be something that, we always have a dugout guy that charts the quality at bats for us. We put it right there. If they see 6 or more pitches in an at bat, if they have a hard hit ball, if they advance a runner, if they get a hit, all those things factor into quality at bats. So you might strike out, but you might strike out on pitch 8. That's still a quality at bat, because if we can get a pitcher out of the game, the sooner we can get them out of the game and get them into their bullpen, usually the better off you are.
Here's 1-2 pitch to Nedved. He'll chop that one at the plate, foul, and it remains at 1-2 here to Nedved. He walked in his first trip to the plate, came around to score on a pass ball, on a wild pitch, and gave the Govs that 4-0 lead. Here is the now 1-2 pitch again from Jones to Nedved. Comes just inside, and it's now 2-2.
Yeah, so here, we'd be giving him that quality at bat. 2-2, fouled one off, 5 pitches. Here's pitch number 6. It's a quality at bat.
2-2 pitch misses low, and it's now 3-2. And that's, I got a chance to ride around with you guys a lot last summer because we didn't take a bus, so I was able to hitch rides with you guys, which I was very appreciative of. The 3-2 pitch, a swing and a miss by Nedved, and there's now 2 down here in the bottom of the third. But that's something I didn't know. That's something, and maybe I didn't hear it. I just didn't comprehend it. I was falling asleep or something in the back seat. But, yeah, something I didn't know about that what Post State does is look at quality at-bats over batting average.
Yeah, a few years ago, and it helps, the guys are, no matter what, they're going to look at their numbers. Kids are going to be interested in what that stat line is. But yeah, like you said, if you're hitting, if you're, 60% of your at-bats are quality at-bats, more than likely, eventually it's going to find a hole. Those hard hit balls they're going to get to the gaps. They're not always going to go at a guy. So just looking at that, doing the little things right.
There's a base hit for Elliott Life up the middle, past the diving second baseman Gillespie. And there's a quality at-bat. Well, it was a base hit, but a good at-bat, too. And that was a hard-hit ball back up the middle.
Yeah, and just, Coach White, when he was first explaining it to me, when we were doing it when I first got here, it's just to help bring that team approach to your at-bats. Not just batting for your numbers, but batting for the team, doing the little things right. And it's really paid off, and guys have bought into it.
Check over at first base at Elliott Life and back diving in safely. Here's Deegan Huska, who reached on air, was straight at third base. I guess Kate Heiser, the runner for Huska, was straight at third base. First pitch to Huska. Upstairs for ball 1. That's, and again, that's just something fun to kind of look at, too. But when you start looking at averages and you look at those quality at-bats, and it's kind of, for an average fan, not something that is well known as quality at-bats. As Elliott Life will try and steal. He didn't slide, and he's tagged out at second. And that will end the inning here in the bottom of the third. So the Govs are unable to score. And no runs, 1 hit, no errors, no one left on base. After 3 innings, it is a 4-0 lead here for the Pierre Governors. Back in a minute. Listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Join Rising Hope 605 and Dustin Evans and the Good Times Band at the Ramcota River Center, Friday, April 23rd from 7 until 11. Rising Hope 605 is raising funds for people within our community to reduce barriers to access hope. You can do your part by purchasing a ticket and inviting your friends and family to a fun night out with Dustin Evans and the Good Times Band. Purchase your ticket at risinghope605.com. That's risinghope605.com.
Hey, it's Julia from Milwaukee Federal Credit Union, letting you know that our recreational special is back again, with terms up to 10 years, no payments for 90 days, and rates as low as 2.4% APR. Apply online or stop in at 221 East Pleasant Drive in Pierre and let Jameson or I get you started.
People helping people. Hawaii Federal Credit Union.
As we welcome you back here to Hyde Stadium as the Pierre Governors lead 4-0 going to the top of the 4th inning. Thanks to Nathan Nas for joining us in the broadcast, Post-State assistant coach. We'll talk with Coach Brian White at some point here this spring as well. And as we get in the summertime, we'll talk with Coach Steve Gray and Coach Ryan Kruger and Coach Steve Gray, as we'll have them on the air at some point over the summer, watching some baseball as well. Governors have a 4-0 lead as new man on the mound. That is going to be Christian Bush. Bush coming in his 5th appearance on the season, 7 1/3 innings thrown so far. Seven hits, 9 runs, only one of those earned of the 9 runs that he's given up. 6 walks, 5 strikeouts. He's hit 1 man, an ERA of 0.955 and a whip of 1.773. So Christian Bush has been a good pitcher on the mound for the Pierre Governors, as that ERA is really telling. He hasn't gotten the defense behind him with 8 unearned runs out of the 9 that he's given up. But in 7 1/3 inning, allowed just 7 hits. That whip at 1.773, you like to see it right around there. And the only thing you'd like more is to be a little bit lower, but you'll take exactly what he's had on his stat line for his ERA and whip. So he will come in and face 2, 3, and 4. Kyle Schluter, Caden Jones, and Riley Palmer to lead things off here in the top of the 4th. So Bush is on the mound for the Governors. Jake Mayer's day is done after 3 innings. He had himself a solid 3 innings of work for the Governors, allowing just 1 hit. He allowed a double, and he struck out 6 guys in the process. The first pitch is popped up and fouled out of play. And Christian Bush has gotten ahead of the hitter, open up his evening here for the Pierre Governors. Top of the 4th, 4-0 game. Here's the 0-1 pitch. At the knees, it is now 0-2. Schluter grounded back to Mayer in his first at-bat. Mayer made a nice athletic play, leaping up to make that stab on the ground ball that hit right in front of the mound and popped straight up as the 0-2 is bounced in and is now 1-2. Here to Bush. Schluter, Jones, and Palmer, 2, 3, and 4 for Rapid City Central in the top of the 4th of this 4-0 lead for the Governors. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one is popped up into shallow right field. Wiebe goes back. Kruger coming in. Wiebe like the catch. The leadoff man is retired here in the top of the 4th. Again, you can listen to our game here on today's KCCR online at todayskccr.com, where you can go to YouTube and watch at KCCR Sports. Enjoying some evening baseball here at Hyatt Stadium. Be ready to be home early from watching baseball here at Hyatt Stadium. Quite often. In the next, or I guess just being home early after watching baseball if you come to the games, just for the simple fact that this is only game 3 at home. This is only the 2nd time we've been at home all season. It's been a lot of road warriors for the Pierre Governors. As the 0-1 is skied out towards center field, Raskio will range to his right, make the catch, and 2 fly ball outs here for Christian Bush in the top of the 4th. And it brings up Riley Palmer, who's got the only hit, only base runner so far for Rapid City Central. He's 1 for 1 with that double. He was stranded at third base in the top of the 2nd. So that line for Jake Mayer, 3 innings, no runs, 1 hit, no walks, and 6 strikeouts. 6 of those 9 outs with a bunch of Ks there for Jake Mayer. First pitch misses for ball 1 to Riley Palmer. Bush from the windup on that towing the first base side of the rubber. And that one's fouled by Palmer, well ahead of the off-speed pitch by Bush. And the count is even at a ball and a strike. One pitch coming in from Bush. That one misses outside. It's now 2-1. It was a .450 batting average coming into this ball game for Riley Palmer. 19 runs driven in for Rapid City Central. There's a ground ball to the left side. Keenel's in the backhand. He's got a tough play. Throwing off balance is not going to be in time. And a 2-out single for Palmer. Just a little bit too much speed for Keenel's to get him out at first. And Palmer is now 2 for 2. And then I'll bring up Brody Matthews. Near the 30 hit mark for Matthews. Jones, man in front of him, was hitting .409 coming into the ball game. Matthews hitting .431 as he skies the first pitch foul, and he'll get out of play on the right side. Matthews hitting .216 with a .431 on base percentage, so he has walked 13 times. 8 hits, 13 walks. The 0-1 pitch, and it's a swing and a miss, so it's 0-2. I apologize, actually Trey Houlihan, that is at the plate. Houlihan's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Matthews is on deck. As Bush working from the stretch. And here comes now the 0-2 pitch. Runners off with the pitch. That one will bounce in. And a easy steal for Palmer. And now he is in scoring position with 2 away. And a 1-2 count. Here to Trey Houlihan. From the stretch, 1-2 pitch. There's a hard hit ball. McGuire Askew going back. Can't make the catch. Is going to get over his head. Houlihan will have extra bases. Palmer will come in to score, and Rapid City Central has broken that shutout for the Pierre Governors. And it's now 4-1 as Houlihan and Palmer switch places. Elevated fastball that Houlihan was able to get around on. And Brody Matthews will come to the plate with 2 away. And Rapid City Central is on the scoreboard. Just to right around the letters, maybe just a little bit above the letters. But Houlihan smacked it into center field and just got over the head of McGuire Raskey. First pitch misses for ball 1 to Brody Matthews. Matthews struck out looking at his first at-bat. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's at the knees, and it's now 1-1. And Matthews coming in hitting .216. Got 10 runs driven in so far. Looking for that first extra base hit of the season. That one is popped foul out of play, and it's now 1-2. In 3 games or 3 days of games this week here for the Governors. It is the doubleheader here today against Rapid City Central. On Saturday at 1-3 against Brandon Valley, and on Sunday at 1-3 against Sturgis. All here at Hyde Stadium. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Curveball that is taken for strike 3, and Matthews goes down on strikes for the second time of the ball game. 1 run scores on 2 hits in the inning, no runs, and no errors, and 1 man left on base. After 3.5, it is a 4-1 lead for the Pierre Governors over Rapid City Central. Back in a minute. You listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Pierre Sports Center is your local Ranger Boat and Mercury Outboard dealer. They're a must-see for your Ranger boat needs. See their selection of Mercury outboard motors for more power. Pierre Sports Center can help you with financing and other boating needs. Need service for your boat or trailer to keep you going? Pierre Sports Center is your one-stop shop. Pierre Sports Center, Ranger Boats, and Mercury Outboard. A combination that can't be beat. Pierre Sports Center, 1440 North Garfield Avenue in Pierre. Or give them a call, 224-5546. When you want the best prices and best selection, go to Wegner Auto in Pierre. The certified sales staff at Wegner Auto will provide you service after the sale and how to get easy financing. Check out their website, WegnerAuto.com, or stop in. They have the best prices and won't be undersold. Wegner Auto has the region's largest selection with over 280 new and quality pre-owned vehicles. GM certified pre-owned vehicles give you peace of mind with their 12-month or 12,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty and 5-year or 100,000-mile powertrain warranty. Log on to WegnerAuto.com or stop by Wegner Auto in Pierre, South Dakota's oldest auto dealer since 1907.
It is the bottom of the 4th inning. Pierre Governors lead 4-1 over the Rapid City Central Cobblers. John Winkler here on this Wednesday evening. It is going to be 7, 8, 9. Deegan Huska, Jaden Wiebe, and Brecken Kruger. Wiebe was up to the plate when Elliott Life was thrown out trying to steal second to end the bottom of the 3rd. So now the Govs, they lead by a 3. It's a comfortable lead. There's nothing wrong with what the Govs have with that 3-run lead, but you like to score a few more runs. Like to add to that 3-run lead. A team that you scored 44 runs on against in 2 games back in Rapid City. And the Governors just hit the ball all over the place at McKeag Field. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1 to Deegan Huska. He reached on air in his first trip to the plate. He was left standing at the plate when Elliott Life was thrown out to end the 3rd inning. 1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss by Huska, and it's now 1-1. Huska, Wiebe, Kruger. 3 sophomores, followed by Keenels, be a 4th sophomore as they get back to the top of the order. 2-1 now is the count to Huska. Sun peeking out. Nice. It's a nice evening. Yes, it is May, and you'd love it for it to be about 70 degrees outside instead of it 53 at game time. But still a nice night. It's a nice evening. Nonetheless, drop down to 50 right now here at High Stadium. 2-2 pitch to Huska. That one's grounded foul over towards the third base dugout, and we'll do it again at 2-2. So, again, thanks to Coach Nathan Nas for joining us here for the first couple innings. As he was talking about before, there's a quality at bat for Huska as the 2-2 pitch misses inside. It's now 3-2. That was the 6th pitch of the at bat. Be upcoming the 7th pitch of the at bat for Jones against Huska. And here is that payoff pitch. Huska will take upstairs and a leadoff walk issued to Huska. And that will bring up Jaden Wiebe. So Kate Kaiser will come in to run for Deegan Huscom. And again, now Jaden Wiebe to the plate. Wiebe walked in his first trip to the plate. Was stranded at second back in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch from Jones. Instead, check over at Kaiser and back in safely. Wiebe coming in 244 on the season. 8 runs driven in. He's got 4 doubles, none bigger than that one double in the bottom of the 6th inning against Brookings the last time we were here at Hyde Stadium in game 1 of that doubleheader, as Wiebe fouls the first pitch back off the screen and goes into the crowd. And it's 0-1. That was the biggest hit, and that might be right now, outside of Bennett Dean's walk-off single, maybe the best non-walk-off hit of the Governors have had all season. Runner is off of the pitch, so swing and miss by Wiebe. The throw to second, and sliding in safely as Kaiser just barely in front of the tag. And a good steal from Kaiser, good slide there from the freshman. And a good throw from the catcher O'Brien to the shortstop Palmer. Nearly had him at second, but now he's in scoring position as Kaiser. 0-2 count to Wiebe from the stretch. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Wiebe chops it foul. Coach Ryan Kruger tried to get over and make the play, went off his hand. And the count remains at 0-2. And shadows are starting to roll through, or the clouds starting to roll through a little bit. The sun peeking in and out here in this evening. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Wiebe was jammed on the pitch. It will get to the first base side. The second baseman and Gillespie will make the play. And a good productive out from Wiebe. Kept his hands back. Was able to ground out to the second baseman. Which now with a runner at third and 1 down, you get Brecken Kruger and Lincoln Keenels 9-1 to try and drive in that 5th run of the game for the Governors. Here's the first pitch to Kruger. Swings and misses out in front of that first pitch from Jones. Kruger struck out swinging in his first at-bat. He, again, comes in hitting 400 on the season. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Here's a hard-hit ground ball. That one goes off of something in front of the third baseman and Matthews in the left field for a base hit. That is a high hop that the third baseman Matthews had absolutely no chance to get, and Coach Ryan Kruger is going to walk out in the field and try and figure out what that was. If it went off maybe the sprinkler or what it went off of, and he was kind of kicking around the dirt a little bit, but he has driven in the run, an RBI single for Brecken Kruger, and that's the game of baseball. Matthews said he probably should have had a play on it, but Kruger instead will get the RBI base hit to make it a 5-1 lead for Pierre. First pitch is upstairs to Lincoln Keenels, who is 1 for 2. Keenels tripled to open up the bottom of the first inning. Popped out to the third baseman Matthews in the bottom of the second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That is upstairs, and it's also now 2-0 here to Keenels. Outfield's playing pretty deep for Keenels. The left fielder and Schluter is a couple steps in front of the warning track. He's walking his way back in a little bit here. 2-0 pitch. Keenels swings and misses. He was looking to hit it past the left fielder Schluter. Looking hit out near the Boys and Girls Club. Count is now 2-1. Leading away from first is Kruger. Here's a 2-1 pitch. Keenels rips that one up the middle for a base hit. Kruger will around second. He'll head for third. Keenels is not stopping at first, and he will dive headfirst in with a one-out double. And there's second and third. 2 runners in scoring position here for the Governors with 1 down here in the bottom of the 4th inning. So Keenels has got the triple and the double so far. And Brecken Kruger over at third base. McGuire Raskey's got a chance for a base hit to drive in 2. Jones will go from the windup. And here is the first pitch. Grounded ball up the middle. 1 run will score. The fielded by the shortstop. The throw is low, but it is taken by the first baseman, Houlihan. And an RBI ground out for McGuire Raskey. 2 productive outs from the Governors so far this inning. And it will be this inning. As Keenels is over at third, but the RBI ground out from McGuire Raskey. And it's now a 6-1 lead here for the Governors. And Andy Gordon's got Keenels over at third to try and drive him in. First pitch is chopped foul over to the Rapid City dugout. And Andy Gordon, he's got the team lead. Well, he did have the team lead in RBIs. He now has given that up to McGuire Rask. He's got 15. Gordon's got 14. As Gordon will shoot that one out towards left field. The left fielder will go over to make the catch, and Schluter, and that will end the inning. Governors, though, get 2 more runs on 2 hits in the inning. No errors, and 1 man left on base. We've played 4 completes here in game number 1 between Pierre and Rapid City Central, a 6-1 lead for the Governors. Back in a minute. Listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Evermore Boutique, where fashion doesn't have to break the bank. See them for men's, women's, and children's clothing, shoes, accessories, and so much more. Open 7 days a week, Monday through Friday from noon to 7, Saturdays from 11 to 6, and Sundays from noon to 5. Visit Evermore Boutique, located at 104 South Pierre Street in Pierre, or give them a call today. 605-494-0194. That's Evermore Boutique in Pierre.
Insurance. We all need it to protect our homes, health, businesses, and belongings. But having adequate coverage is just the beginning. You also need the support of professionals who stand by your side to protect what's important to you. Fisher Rounds & Associates combines the coverage you want with the commitment you need. Fisher Rounds & Associates. At your service, at your side. With offices in Pierre, Mitchell, Watertown, Sioux Falls, and Rapid City.
It is the top of the 5th inning. Governors have a 6-1 lead. As for Rapid City Central, it'll be 7, 8, 9. Brecken O'Brien, Wesley Gillespie, and Carter Utek. If anybody reaches base, they'll go back to the top of the order for Aiden Mason. Christian Bush on for his 2nd inning of work. As the Govs have that commanding 6-1 lead in the top of the 5th inning. A little bit different than what we saw the first time around. Govs scored 20 runs in the first game. I believe it was 28 runs in the first game, 16 in the second game. And it was a couple of quick games in terms of inning-wise that the Governors were able to beat Rapid City Central. Here's a 6-1 game at the top of the 5th as you're listening to KCCR Pierre Riverfront Broadcasting Station, 6 o'clock on this beautiful Wednesday evening. At least it feels nice and warm up here in the press box. 50 degrees is our temperature. Low's supposed to be around 38 tonight. Well, let's see how cool it will get. Fans are prepared for the long haul of this game. Here's the first pitch. This is over for strike 1 to the number 7 hitter, Brecken O'Brien. O'Brien struck out looking in his first at-bat. O'Brien steps out. And we'll do it again here at 0-1. From the windup, the 0-1 pitch is popped on the right side. Dean will call for it. Instead, Jaden Wiebe will take charge from the second base spot. Comes over behind first base to make the catch. The leadoff man is retired to open up the top of the 5th. That will bring up Wesley Gillespie, who also struck out swinging. The bottom 5 guys in the order all struck out in a row to Jake Mayer back in the 2nd and 3rd inning. Mayer went 3 innings of shutout baseball, only allowed 1 hit, 6 strikeouts, but one of those big numbers that Greg Dean and I have talked about for the last couple weeks. 0 walks issued by Jake Mayer. That's what you want to see every time out. You can't expect it every time out, 1, 2, okay. But having 0 walks, we talked about if you don't walk anybody, especially high school baseball, and all the way up to the pros, really, as that one's fouled down the first base line. It's now 0-2. You don't walk anybody all the way through Little League baseball to professional baseball. As a pitcher, you're going to put yourself in a spot to win baseball games. Here's the 0-2 pitch. That one's fouled back, and we'll do it again at 0-2. And Greg and I, again, we talked about how you just don't really you tip your cap to teams that beat you, but when you look back at some of the losses for the Govs this year, for Post 8, for Govs 2 years ago, all that stuff, it's usually walks where you say, well, if we were a little bit better there, as that one's popped up to the shortstop Keenels, he'll make the catch, and there's now 2 down here in the top of the 5th. And there's not many times, there's been a couple times where you say, well, we didn't walk anybody, we gave up maybe one free pass, and they just hit the ball all over the place. Absolutely, they deserved every little bit of that win. Most teams, again, they're going to deserve the win. Governors right now 6-1, they deserve to be up. But you go back and you look and say, well, okay, we got to take away those walks. It's a much different ball game. That was a hard hit ball past the first baseman, Dean, into right field. And it's a 2-out single for Carter Utek. He is now 1 for 2. And that'll bring up the top of the order in Aiden Mason. Mason's 0 for 2. He's grounded out to Keenels both times. Mason is coming into the doubleheader, batting .271 in the season. First pitch, that one is chopped in front of the plate. It's a foul ball right now. It's going to continue to roll foul. Didn't hit that infield grass or the grass on the foul line and skip back fair. So it's a 0-1 count here to Mason. Rapid City Central won yesterday against Douglas. Ended up winning 9-8 over Douglas. Brody Matthews, he's unavailable to pitch. Everybody else is good to throw today in terms of what happened yesterday. Matthews threw 45 pitches. So that's the only pitcher that unavailable for Rapid City Central. That one is fouled away and is now 0-2. A 9-8 win for Rapid City Central. They stay ahead of Douglas in the PowerPoint standings for Class A. The Governors jump back up from being at 5th to number 4. But will probably fall back down to number 5 after tonight. The 0-2 pitch is high and away, and it's now 1-2. These games, the 2 games against Brandon Valley, and then you go to Washington. You play Washington Lincoln the last weekend of the year. As the 1-2 pitch is outside, it's now 2-2. Those are huge for seed points. You know, Brandon Valley right now, their record isn't indicating how good of a team that they can be. But again, you don't want to overlook them because they can easily come in and sweep you. Here's the 2-2 pitch. The one bounces in, is now 3-2. Good at bat here for Mason, down 0-2, and has worked it back to a full count. And Utek, who is on at first base, will have a chance to take on with the pitch, get a head start. Here's the 3-2 pitch from Bush. Popped on the left side, foul, and it will stays in play, but no chance for any of the 3 fielders. And it remains full at 3-2. For the Govs in the bottom of the 5th, it'll be 4, 5, and 6. Dean, Nedved, and Life. The 3 guys that did not come to the plate for Pierre in the bottom of the 4th. Here's a 3-2 pitch again. Upstairs, a 2-out walk issued to Mason. First walk of the game issued by the Governors. And it's now 1st and 2nd with 2 away. And that'll bring up the left fielder, Kyle Schluter, number 2 hitter in the order. Schluter hitting .311. He's 0 for 2, though, so far. There's a hard hit ball up to the middle, down for a base hit. Rounding third and going to try and score. Instead, they're going to hold him back up at third. Will be Utek, and the bases are now loaded for Rapid City Central. And that will bring up Caden Jones, the guy on deck now, and Riley Palmer. He's 2 for 2. You like to get Jones here. Well, one, it keeps a 6-1 game if you get Jones no matter what, but rather not face Palmer with a 2-out rally going for Rapid City Central. So Bush goes back from the windup. Here's the first pitch. Here's a hard hit ball just over the head of Jaden Wiebe into right center field for a base hit. 2 runs are going to score. Brecken Kruger will throw it back in, and it's now a 6-3 ball game. And here comes Riley Palmer. A base hit could pull the Cobblers within 1. 2 RBI double for Caden Jones. And here is Riley Palmer. He's got a chance now with those runners in scoring position. But it looks like maybe we're going to have ourselves a pitching change. It looks to be Colin Bergman that will, Brady Getz will be coming in. So that will end the day for Christian Busch. We'll come back in a minute and tell you about Brady Getz. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
BankWest Insurance has the expertise and resources to deliver personalized service and customized solutions. As an independent agency, we shop dozens of companies to get you the best coverage at the best price. As your trusted choice for insurance coverage, we promise to go the extra mile so you can rest assured your loved ones and your assets are protected. Contact your local agent to put BankWest Insurance to work for you.
Not a deposit, not FDIC insured, not insured by any federal agency, not guaranteed by any bank, may go down in value, equal opportunity provider.
At Black Hills Federal Credit Union, our top priority is providing value to our members. Since 1941, we have helped our neighbors buy homes and vehicles, finance their farms and ranches, insure their assets, and retire comfortably. From Custer to Sioux Falls, we live and work in our communities, and we treat our members like family. Visit bhfcu.com to learn more about how you can join. BHFCU is member-owned, not-for-profit, and federally insured by NCUA.
So Brady Getz is now on the mound here for the Pierre Governors as he comes in with the bases loaded and a 6-3 ball game. He's going to find a way to get Riley Palmer out. Getz comes in after throwing 10 in the third inning so far in the season. His 5th appearance on the year. He is 2-1 on the season as he has started 2 games so far. He's given up 10 hits, 4 runs, 3 of them earned, 6 walks, 18 strikeouts. He has hit 2 batters, an ERA of 2.03 and a whip of 1.55 for this Pierre Governor team. So he will face Riley Palmer, who has been the best hitter for Rapid City Central so far in game number 1. He's 2 for 2 with a double and a single. He did come around to score that game's first run for Rapid City Central. And 2 runs have scored on that 2 RBI double from Caden Jones. So now here for Brady Getz, it's a must. You got to get this guy out. You got to find a way to get this guy out. Both Mayer and Bush were unable to. And Getz, the third pitcher now here in the ball game for the Governors. Here's the first pitch from Getz to Palmer. Misses low for ball 1. Getz throws hard. Got a good fastball. He looked really good against Huron a couple of weeks ago. Through 3 perfect innings to open up that game against Huron on a cold and snowy night. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will bounce in. It's now 2-0. Say cold and snowy night. Sound like I'm getting ready to tell you a Christmas story. But it is a 2-0 count. It's springtime. But never know South Dakota when snow might hit during the spring. From the windup, here's a 2-0 pitch from Getz to Palmer. That one's popped foul, and it'll get out of play. And the count is now 2-1. 6-3 is our score here in the top of the 5th inning. 2 runs have already home for Rapid City Central. 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. As Palmer chased one that would have been ball 3, and instead is now 2-2. And he knew it as soon as he swung at it. He hit his bat on the ground. Now he's going to battle up. Gets a strike away from getting out of this inning. Here's a 2-2 pitch to Palmer. That will bounce in good. Blocked there by Huska. And the count is now 3-2. Do have a free base, though, for Palmer. Houlihan, he got the RBI double back in the top of the 4th inning. Here is the 3-2 pitch. Popped up on the infield in foul territory. Going over to the third base dugout. Andy Gordon will come back. He'll make the catch. And Getz does get out of the inning on the only man that he has to face. 2-run score on 3 hits. No errors. And 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Pierre leads 6-3 over Rapid City Central. Back in a minute. You listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Home Care Services is a private agency committed to providing expert advice and specialized care to those who want to remain living independently at home. Home Care Service has a team of nurses, caregivers, and administrative staff that offers a full range of in-home support services to our area. For more information about Home Care Services, call 224-2273. Expert advice, professional care. Home Care Services, 224-2273.
Building a home. It's the biggest investment most of us make in a lifetime. Not to mention, it's a decision that, well, you pretty much live with day and night. The quality of the workmanship stares back at you like a reflection. It also affects the value of your investment. Choosing the right contractor is critical. Kruger Contracting is that contractor. Call 222-2523. Quality workmanship and materials completed on time. Kruger Contracting. In a word, quality. Call 222-2523.
As we are back here, it's bottom of the fifth inning, a new pitcher for Rapid City Central, as it'll be Kyle Schluter coming in from left field, as looks like maybe Jones might have gone out towards left field, but we will have to wait to see where everybody moved to. But Schluter is the new pitcher on the mound for Rapid City Central. He has thrown the most innings so far for the Cobblers. At 30 1/3 innings, his ninth appearance of the season. He is 2-3 on the year. He's given up 45 hits, 40 runs. 24 of those 40 runs have been earned. 12 walks, 15 strikeouts, a 5.53 ERA, and a 1.87 WHIP for Schluter. And he will face 4, 5, and 6 for the Governors. Bennett Dean will be the first man to greet him, be followed by Gary Nedved, and then Elliott Life. He might reach his base. It'll go up to Deegan Hooskop. So it's the bottom of the fifth inning. Governors have that 6-3 lead here in game number 1. First of a doubleheader against this Rapid City Cobbler team, Central Cobbler team. As trying to find to see if that is Jones out in left field or not, but Kyle Schluter, looks like Jones actually is at shortstop, which means Palmer has moved over to third base. And the third baseman, Matthews, might be out of this game. But it is Bennett Dean to lead things off. So Schluter is on the mound as his first pitch upcoming. And it's taken for ball 1 by Dean. For Bennett Dean so far here in this first ball game, 0 for 2. Struck out swinging and also grounded out to the first baseman. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one will bounce in off the catcher's equipment. And the umpire, Mr. Clark, goes out and retrieves the baseball. 2-0 is the count. You mentioned that Jade Weeby had probably the best non-walk-off hit so far this season for Pierre. Well, Dean would have the best hit for the Governor so far on the year. 2-0 pitch is Athanasius, now 2-1. He got the walk-off hit against the Brookings Bobcats in that second game, which went to 8 innings without a score. And he got the only run driven in. He'll ground that one through the hole on the right side. And it's a base hit for Bennett Dean. And he is now 1 for 3. So leadoff man aboard again here for the Governors. The third time in 5 innings, leadoff man has been on at least first base, if not just gotten on board. Here's Gary Nedved, the DH. Here's the first pitch to Nedved, bounces in for ball 1. And Dean, that night, a couple Fridays ago, almost 2 weeks ago now, he threw a gem. Came in for Aaron Booth that just didn't have the best stuff for him. He's still left with no score on the board for Brookings, as the count's now 2-0 to Nedved. But came in, threw a gem, kept it all zeros through the 8th inning, and they came with the 2 outs, and the bases loaded. Ended up getting an RBI infield single to win the ball game for Pierre. 2-0 pitch misses low, and it's now 3-0. That's those 2 wins, that 2-1 win, scoring in the bottom of the 6th to take the lead 2-1, and then that's 1-0 win against Brookings. That sweep could pay huge dividends once we get to the end of the regular season. That win might be the reason why the Govs would go to that 4 seed. 3-0 pitch is at the letters, and it's now 3-1. Nedved was taken all the way. Still good hitters count here for the DH Nedved. 0 for 1 so far. He walked and struck out. 3-1 pitch. That one's chopped at the plate, fielded by the third baseman Palmer. The throw to second for 1. Back to first is going to go wide. Nedved will turn and race for second. And Houlihan will pick it up. Has no chance. He'll still throw it towards second. And there's now 1 down. But the second Cobbler error, as it goes down as a fielder's choice, but an error committed by the second baseman and Gillespie. So that will bring up Elliott Life. Elliott Life, again, he's 1 for 2 with an RBI. Actually, he got the RBI on the ground out and had a base hit back at the bottom of the third. Here's the first pitch to Life. He'll sky that out towards left field. Going over his left fielder, make the catch, and Nedved cannot tag. So there's now 2 down. And that'll bring up then the number 7 hitter, Deegan Huska. Huska is 0 for 1 with an error, reached on an error in the first. He also drew a walk in the fourth. He came around to score one of the 2 runs in that fourth inning for Pierre. RBI situation here for Huska. Runner on second, and that's Nedved. Here's the first pitch to Huska. That one's on the outside edge at the letters, and it's 0-1. Love to see Deegan Huska start to hit the ball really well. He's still looking in search of that first hit. Although it does have 3 RBIs, as it counts now 1-1. But just can't quite get that first hit of his high school career. He's 0 for 6 now. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one's out towards right field. Coming in is the right fielder, and it will be caught by Mellum, and that will end the inning in the bottom of the 5th. No runs, 1 hit, 1 error, 1 man left on base. We head to the 6th. It's a 6-3 lead for the Pierre Governors over Rapid City Central. Back in a minute. You listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre knows what that sound is. It's baseball season. They also know that means it's grilling season. Sioux Nation has the Green Mountain Grill choices that you need for those hot dogs and burgers for tailgating. And let's be honest, you know there will be a steak in there too. Visit Sioux Nation of Fort Pierre and see their selection of grills. While you're there, also pick up some seasonings for your grilling needs. Visit Sioux Nation at 504 Deadwood Street, Fort Pierre. Looking for your next new or used car, truck, or SUV? Then go no further than the comfort of your own home. Shop online at lambmotor.com. On lambmotor.com, you'll find the vehicles Lambs has in stock. You can schedule a test drive or your vehicle's next tune-up all online. New or used, shop for it all online anywhere you are. Lamb Motor has the right vehicle for you. Lamb Motor in Oneida and online, lambmotor.com.
It is the top of the 6th inning. Governors have a 6-3 lead. As it gets still on the mound, he will face 5, 6, and 7 Trey Houlihan, Brody Matthews, and Brecken O'Brien be the first 3 hitters. If he reaches base, it'll be Wesley Gillespie for the Rapid City Central Cobblers. Again, they trail 6-3. Govs jumped out to a 4-0 lead in the first. Looked like they might be running away with it, but just can't quite get a stranglehold in this game. They had a 5-run lead going to the top of the 5th, but it was 2 runs that were scored by Rapid City Central and the 2 RBI double from Caden Jones, and that is where we sit. See if Brody Matthews, if he's still in the game or not, or who it might be that's hitting for Matthews. Looks like Tyler Henstein is the one that's hitting. So Houlihan will lead things off. It'll then be Tyler Henstein to hit after Houlihan, as he's the one out in left field. Now for the Cobblers. First pitch, swing and a miss, 0-1 to Houlihan. He had the RBI double back in the top of the 4th inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's over, and it's now 0-2. Getz will come set or get the sign. Here's the 0-2 pitch from the windup. That one will bounce in, goes off the chest protector and mask of the umpire that bounced in front of the plate, and Huska couldn't block it up. So the count is now 1-2. Getz will look for his first strikeout here, the 1-2 pitch. That one's popped foul, and it will get out of play. Just the top of the press box here at Hyatt Stadium. The count again is still at 1-2. Gordon playing even at the bag at third base. Here's the 1-2 pitch. That one's looked at for strike 3 by Houlihan, and it's one down. First strikeout of the ball game for Brady Getz. And that'll bring up Tyler Henstein. Henstein will have his first at-bats of the ball game. He comes in hitting 192. First pitch, looked at for strike 1. He's got 4 runs driven in. 5 hits, all singles so far. Now 0-2 here to Henstein. So far, the Governors, Mayer had those 6 strikeouts, 8 strikeouts in total in the ball game for Pierre. Here's the 0-2 pitch. 1-2-3 for Brady Getz in that bat. And there's now 2 away. And that'll bring up Brecken O'Brien, the catcher. He's 0 for 2. He struck out looking back in the second inning. Popped out to Jade Wiebe to lead off the 5th. Here's the first pitch to O'Brien. There's a softly hit ground ball. Gordon will charge at third. The throw is low, and Dean can't scoop it up. It'll get all the way out towards the fence and off of the carom, off the concrete. And now there's a runner on second. On the air, it's going to be charged to Andy Gordon. In the first air of the ball game for Pierre. That'll bring up Wesley Gillespie. Gillespie 0 for 2, struck out and also popped out. Two outs, a runner on second. Actually going to have a courtesy runner for O'Brien. Let's see who it is and figure out what that number is. But he's going to turn the wrong way, so it's going to be even harder to see what that number is. So here is Wesley Gillespie. Might be Ryan Howard that's running. First pitch is over for strike 1. Gillespie 0 for 2, strikeout swinging, and also popped out to Lincoln Kienels at short. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That one's fouled back, and it's 0-2. Gets his look good this inning. He's got 2 strikeouts looking, but had that ground ball that nearly got him out of that inning, but instead he'll look for maybe his 3rd strikeout. Here he's got 0-2 up on Wesley Gillespie. 0-2 pitch. And Gillespie just barely gets a piece of it. It's an 0-2 protection pitch, protection swing by Gillespie. So Getz will come set again. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Another time here to Gillespie. This is low and outside, and it's now 1-2. So for the Governors, it'll be 8-9-1 with Wiebe, Kruger, and Kienholz in the bottom of the 6th inning. 1-2 pitch. Curveball is looked at for strike 3. It's 3 strikeouts in the inning, all looking from Getz. No runs, no hits, 1 error, 1 man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 6th. Pierre still has a 6-3 lead over Rapid City Central. Back in a minute. Listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Ah, this is the life. Sitting here, sipping lemonade, basking in the warm sun, and admiring the beauty and the solitude of my very own landscaped backyard. You know, I wasn't sure, but I was so glad when I made the call to Andy at Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping to finally have the work done. Calling Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping was probably one of the best and the easiest decisions I've ever made.
Dakota Sprinkler and Landscaping, 280-4440. That's 280-4440.
Nystrom Electrical Contracting in Pierre has been providing professional sales, service, and installation since 1977. Whether you're starting from scratch, new construction, or you're upgrading your current system at your home, farm, or office, give the professionals at Nystrom Electrical Contracting a call. They've got a lot of bright ideas. Call Nystrom's today to schedule a free computer-generated estimate. The number is 224-8750, or visit their website at nystromelectric.com. Bottom of the sixth inning, it is 8-9-1 here for the Pierre Governors. Jaden Wiebe, Brecken Kruger, and Lincoln Keenels. He might reach his base. It'll be then McGuire Rasky. Cubs looking to add to their 3-run lead. They will have to deal with 9-1-2 in the top of the seventh, and I guess unless they score 7 runs here in the bottom of the sixth, and they wouldn't have to. But for Pierre, they're most likely going to have to look for that those full 7 innings against Rapid City Central. And Jaden Wiebe to lead things off, who is 0 for 1. He walked and also grounded out in his 2 plate appearances so far in game number 1. First pitch to Wiebe, upstairs for ball 1. As it's Schluter on the mound for his second inning of work. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one's chopped foul by Wiebe off of himself, and it's now 1-1. It'd be interesting now to see who the game 2 starter is going to be for Rapid City Central, because Schluter has thrown the most innings, and you start with the guy that had thrown the second most innings in Caden Jones. Matthews cannot throw. Outside of that, everybody else, other than maybe the weekend still, if they played Saturday, as Wiebe will pop this one up into shallow center field. Long run coming in, not going to get there. It's going to land for a base hit, and Wiebe will have a leadoff single. Mason came all the way in from center field. The wind's even helping him out, kind of carrying the ball a little bit more, but he couldn't make that long run in, and the leadoff man is on for the Governors, and that'll bring up Brecken Kruger. Kruger 1 for 2 so far. He got an RBI single in his last at-bat. Hit something around the third base side. There's another shot to third baseman. This one fielded by Palmer. Coming off the bag was the first baseman, Houlihan. And Kruger was able to beat it out before Houlihan got his foot back down. And it'll be an error that's going to be charged to the third baseman in Palmer. And it's now first and second here, as Lincoln Keenels will step to the plate. He is 2 for 3 so far. He tripled and a double in his 2 hits. First pitch to Keenels, over for strike 1. So now the Govs have something cooking here in the bottom of the 5th inning. First 2 guys have reached base. Now you turn it back over the top of the order. This is where you take that 3-run lead and make it a huge cushion. 0-1 pitch is at the knees and is now 0-2. Keenels coming in .431 batting average, 7 triples. Now he's up to 8. He's got 5 doubles now in the season. 0-2 pitch. That one will miss low. And it's a 1-2 count. 10 runs driven in. He scored 22 times, make it 23 now with that leadoff triple in the bottom of the first that he came home to score on. There's a fly ball that's going to get out of play, and it remains at 1-2. So Keenels has walked 5 times. He's reached on air 3 times, and he's got a hit 22 times. 30 times he's been on base. He's scored 22 times. As a 1-2 pitch is on the outside corner and taken for strike 3, and Keenels will go down for the first strikeout here in the bottom of the 6th, and that brings up McGuire Rasky. One that's a testament to being able to put yourself in and score. You know, Keenels got some steals. He runs the base as well, but that also is a bigger testament to those guys behind you, McGuire, Rasky, and Andy Gordon, always being able to drive you in to score. As Rasky will line this one to center field, that's going to get down for a base hit. Standing over at third base will be Wiebe, and the bases are now loaded for Andy Gordon. as Rasky is 2 for 4 with 2 runs driven in game number 1. Here's Andy Gordon. He's 1 for 3. Chance for him to reclaim that RBI lead on the team. Rasky overtook him after that last RBI ground out. Gordon will shoot this one right to the center fielder. Coming in, making the catch will be Mason. Tagging up and scoring will be Weeby. Kruger goes over at second. The throw to second base, and McGuire Rasky will barely slide in safe. And I think the Rapid City Central coach coming out here to argue with the base umpire. And it's going to be second and third here with 2 away on the RBI sac fly from Andy Gordon. And it's a 7-3 lead here for the Governors. Everybody advanced 90 feet as Rasky ended up taking second after the throw went to third, trying to get Keenels out at third base. So here's the first pitch to Bennett Dean with 2 guys in scoring position. That one's down the right field line. That one will stay fair. That's going to drive in both runs. Bennett Dean will round first. He's on at second. Rasky is rounding third. He will come in to score. The throw's going to go to third base. Dean will slide in with a 2-out, 2 RBI triple. And the Governors have opened it up to a 9-3 lead. That's a huge hit for Bennett Dean. There's the big cushion that you're hoping for, as it's now a 6-run lead for the Governors, their largest of game number 1. As Gary Nedved will come to the plate. There are 2 outs here in the 6th inning. Nedved has got a runner in scoring position at third base. First pitch is over for strike 1. Elliott Life, he is on deck. Here's the 0-1 pitch upstairs, and it's now 1-1. Nedved is 0 for 2 so far. He struck out and also reached on a fielder's choice, and then we get in second base off the air. The count's now 2-1 here to Gary Nedved. Dean is on at third base with that big 2-out, 2 RBI triple. He's giving the Govs that 6-run lead. Here's the 2-1 pitch. That one's popped straight up behind home plate. Giving chase as a catcher, and O'Brien will make the catch. And that will retire the side here in the bottom of the 6th. 3-run score in the inning for the Govs off of 2 hits. It's going to be 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. Govs 3 outs away from taking game 1. They lead 9-3 over Rapid City Central. Back in a minute. We'll listen to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
The Association of South Dakota County Weed and Pest Boards reminds all landowners and managers to look for and control noxious weeds this spring and summer. The receding water levels have provided new areas for noxious weeds to establish. Infestations that are found and treated early reduce the cost of control. For help identifying and controlling noxious weeds, call your county weed and pest supervisor or the South Dakota Department of Agriculture. Remember, good neighbors control noxious weeds.
As long as you have a local cooperative, you'll never farm alone. At CHS Midwest Cooperative, our team is your team, ready to help you make the decisions that are vital to your operation. From the seed, plant health, and marketing the grain, to fuel to keep you running, the feed to supplement your herds, and the financing programs to make it all possible. We're here for you. Give CHS Midwest Cooperative a call today and let us show you the value of the co-op. Local, loyal, and trusted for generations.
Top of the 7th inning here in game number 1. Pierre Governors have a 9-3 lead as the Rapid City Central will have 6, 7, and 8. We'll have 9, 1, and 2. Carter Utek, Aiden Mason, and Kyle Schluter. If anybody reaches base, then it'll be a Caden Jones. As Brady Getz will try and get those final 3 outs here in the 7th inning to take game 1 here for the Governors. They have 4 games left in this week. 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, as it'll be against Brandon Valley on Saturday and then Sturgis on Sunday. Carter Utek 1 for 2 so far here in the ball game for Rapid City Central as he'll lead things off. Saturday's game, right now the forecast doesn't look good, but you hope that you can get those 2 games in. Maybe the rain will stay away. We need the rain. That's the big thing, though. A swing and a miss to start the top of the 7th inning. You almost get to the point where you want to have the rain so bad, you got to have some rain and almost sacrifice a game to get that rain. Count is now 0-2. Although, again, as a fan of baseball and always wanting to play baseball and never wanting to have any rainouts, just kind of stinks that that's when the rain should be coming through, would be on Saturday. Count is 0-2 here to Brady Getz. And Carter Utek is on deck because it's been so dry, and depending on how much it rains, it may not bother anything going into Sunday. Here's the 0-2 pitch. Upstairs, and it's now 1-2. Of course, Hyde Stadium looks absolutely beautiful. You would never know how dry it might be because the city of Pierre, everybody that's worked on Hyde Stadium makes it. It's a top-class facility from the bleachers, from the seats. Yes, it's not bleachers, it's seats. The grandstand, the concession stand, the press box, the field itself, everything's about it is nothing but top class here in the state of South Dakota. 2-2 pitch. There's a swing and a miss, and Utek goes down on strikes. And the 4th strikeout of the ball game now for Brady Getz. And there's one down here in the top of the 7th. That'll bring up Aiden Mason. Mason is 0 for 2 with 2 groundouts and a walk. Here's the first pitch from Getz. There's a ground ball to the right side. Weeby will have to charge. The throw to first. And there's now 2 down. And that'll bring up Kyle Schluter. Last chance here for Rapid City Central in game number 1. We got started just a little bit before 5 o'clock. Right around the 4:55, 4:56 range with that first pitch. Second game will follow around 20, 30 minutes between game 1 and game 2. Here's the first pitch to Schluter, who is 1 for 3. That one misses low for ball 1. I said that ISC is one of the top class facility in the state of South Dakota. Put that up against a lot of ballparks, not just in South Dakota, but around the country, and still going to hold pretty true. One of the best places I've ever called a baseball game, ever sat and watched a baseball game. Here's a 2-0 pitch to Kyle Schluter. Here's a ground ball to the left side. Keenels will charge. The throw to first, and that is the ball game. Governors will take game number 1 in the doubleheader against Rapid City Central in a 1-2-3 inning for Brady Getz. A 9-3 win for Pierre in game 1. We step aside for 2 minutes, come back to wrap up game number 1. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCCR and today's KCCR.com.
Service Master of Pierre. It's no secret we clean carpets professionally, but not many people know we clean furniture, kitchens, bathrooms, walls, floors, and windows. We also do fire and water restoration, plus construction cleanups. There's nothing we can't clean. Give Service Master a call at 224-9919. Service Master, the clean you expect, the service you deserve. Service Master, 224-9919.
At Shane's Pharmacy, your healthcare is important, and Shane wants to be the pharmacist to take care of you. Shane's Pharmacy will make sure your prescriptions are filled in a timely manner. They'll answer your questions, and they'll even deliver to your home or office. Call 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy is the pharmacy you know and trust. That number again is 223-9200. Shane's Pharmacy in Fort Pierre, proud to support high school athletics.
Comtech in Pierre invites you to come out and check out their expansive showroom. It's filled with everything you need to thrive in today's technology-dependent world and a knowledgeable staff to guide you through. Comtech has TVs, computers, personal electronics to commercial electronics, anything to fit your technology needs. The experienced professionals at Comtech can guide you through any questions you may have. Whether you struggle with technology or live for it, Comtech can help you find exactly what you're looking for. Comtech will even install and service what they sell, so you don't have to worry once you get your products home. Comtech, located at 1601 North Lowell Avenue behind Walmart. Check them out online at comtechplus.com.
South Dakota didn't always have a capital, or even a permanent settlement for that matter. There wasn't always a river city on the Missouri River. And before First Dakota filed the first charter in 1872, there wasn't always a bank in South Dakota. Every timeless institution, tradition, and thriving business was started somewhere by someone who had a dream and the passion to make it happen first. What will be your South Dakota first? Visit firstdakota.com/first. Member FDIC.
As we welcome you back here to Hyatt Stadium, Game 1 is in the books, a 9-3 win for the Pierre Governors, as they had 9 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, and 5 men left on base. For Rapid City Central is 3 runs, 6 hits, 3 errors, and 5 men left on base for the Governors. McGuire Rasky and Brennan Dean each had 2 runs driven in. Andy Gordon with an RBI. Elliott Life picked up an RBI in the win, as well as Brecken Kruger for the Governors. Jake Mayer, he went those 3 innings, went 6 strikeouts, only 1 hit. Christian Bush came in relief, and Brady Getz came in to close the door as he got the last 7 outs of the ball game, allowing just 1 guy to reach base, which reached on an error. So Getz came in and had himself a fantastic final 2 1/3 innings throwing for the Governors. So they take Game 1 now 13-4 in the season. They're a win away from being 10 games over 500 for the first time this year. As the Brandon Valley Sturgis, they wait on Saturday and Sunday to play those 2 teams, but this is still a big matchup. You still got to get this second game win because the Governors, they look good, but want to be that first inning. They scored 4 runs, and then it's a couple of zeros from Rapid City Central. Hats off to them for getting those couple of zeros, but then a 2 spot and a 3 spot in the 4th and 6th inning. You're hoping that the Govs are able to sprinkle in a couple more of those runs, especially here in game number 2. We saw for Rapid City Central, the guys have thrown the most innings for both Central, and it was Schluter and Jones that started the game. So now, after having seen those 2 guys, maybe the Governors can really put themselves with some really good at-bats, hit the ball around the yard here in game number 2, and come away with a big doubleheader sweep of Rapid City Central. We will step aside for 3 minutes. We'll come back. We're going to have News Director Zach Nelson. We'll have his weekday news. We'll have his 5 o'clock news for you, which, again, closer to 7 o'clock, but still have that 5 o'clock hour news that he usually has. We'll have that for you. And then we'll come back and start getting you set for game number 2 of this doubleheader between Pierre and Rapid City Central. Back in 3 minutes for News Director Zach Nelson. You're listening to Pierre Governor Baseball on today's KCC